feelings around.
Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be giving you our 5 takeaways from Tottenham's 3-0 win away from home at Deepdale Stadium as they overcame Preston North End in the Emirates FA Cup thanks to 2 goals from a newly rejuvenated Heung-min Son and a debut goal from substitute Son and Danjuma, who signed earlier this week from Villarreal on loan until the end of the season. If you enjoy this video and want to see more content like this, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below who you think will be getting in the next round of the Emirates FA Cup, the round of 16. The draw for that round happens tomorrow, January 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. British time. Without further ado, let's go to our first takeaway.
Our first takeaway is that Son is getting his confidence back. The 2 goals he got yesterday will be a huge confidence boost for him. And the 2 finishes he had yesterday for both of his goals were kind of identical. And it reminded me of the old Son.
Yeah. If you look at his goal against Crystal Palace, and then you look at the goals that he put in yesterday, there's a huge difference in terms of the confidence, in terms of the finish. Because the Crystal Palace one was like almost a toe poke. It was a desperate finish. It got deflected. It wasn't a usual Son finish. This one was calm. It was controlled. He really lashed it through the back of the ball. The dip, that's what I was looking for. That dip is the stereotypical Son shot is that dip in the ball. It goes up and then lands in the corner, so no goalkeeper can really even touch the ball. And we finally saw that after, since Leicester, which was September 17th. That was the last time we saw those kinds of shots from Son. The confidence was unbelievable from him.
He did have those shots against Leicester. But he was also kind of desperate in that game. And when he's actually desperate for goals and when he's not at his full confidence, you can see he's not fully committed to the shots he puts in on goal.
Yeah, but Son getting his confidence back ahead of a big couple of weeks for Tottenham is going to be huge. We've got Man City up next at home. And then I believe we have Leicester away. Then we go to Italy, and it's the first leg of our Champions League round of 16 match against AC Milan. That's going to be an interesting trip. We're going to need everyone on form. Kulusevski looks great, but of course the key player is going to be in that Heung-min Son role, and so we're going to need him to be firing on all cylinders. But I'm very happy that he got 2 goals yesterday.
Yeah, huge confidence boost for him.
Yeah. Our second takeaway is that Bissouma is finally finding his feet at Spurs. He signed in the summer. There were high expectations around him based on how he did at Brighton, but he has not really settled in at Spurs, I think. He's had trouble.
He needs competition to get into the starting lineup.
Yeah.
It's good that Bissouma's there because I feel like Bissouma being there makes Højbjerg play better and Bentancur play better because they have competition. They could lose their spot if they don't play well.
Yeah, that's true.
But Bissouma is not competing enough to get into the starting lineup, and he's not getting enough game time. Purely because Højbjerg and Bentancur have been too good.
Yeah.
But yesterday against Preston, he looked really good, really steady on his feet. I feel like it's because he went back to his old haircut. But it's a similar situation to Son. I feel like because Danjuma is there, they're both competing for left winger. So that could make Son play better. So it's the same situation here with Bissouma.
But especially for the third goal, if you rewatch the third goal, the only reason we really scored that goal is because Bissouma broke through with a brilliant dribble to get past like the 3 midfield players that Preston have. And so once you break past that line, and if he looks ahead of him, he's got Perisic on one side, he's got Son on one side. Son to gone off. He's got Perisic, Danjuma, Heel, and Kulusevski. Those are 4 incredible players. They have the technical ability, so he could really pass to anyone. And because there's only 4 defenders past that line, it's almost confirmed that we're going to have a chance. And it ended up in a goal for Son and Danjuma. So
maybe not one of the prettiest goals from him, but really
the build-up was beautiful.
Yeah.
The build-up was unbelievable. Next takeaway.
Next takeaway is that we need a new left wing back. Sessegnon is not good enough. But for our future, we do have Destiny Udogie in our ranks.
Yeah. He is going to be a big player to watch. He's playing at Udinese right now in the Serie A. He has some... he's doing really well, I know that. He's got 4 or 5 assists, consistently puts out excellent performances. He's got one of the highest cross completion rates in the league. and matching him up with who we could be signing soon, Pedro Porro from Sporting, who essentially said his goodbyes yesterday after Sporting lost their League Cup final. He basically said goodbye to the Sporting fans, and now it's all but confirmed by Spurs, their official accounts, that Pedro Porro has signed for Spurs. He has one of the highest cross-completion rates in the Portuguese league. He's been run after by so many different teams, so he's going to be a big asset on that right side. But really, I'm interested to see how we improve going from Sessegnon to Udogie, because Sessegnon's crosses they're bad. Like the problem is he has no like confidence in his game. So really, he's not able to beat anyone on his one-on-ones. Especially yesterday, we saw it, and they're all championship level players. Like, it's not like he's coming up against like Trent Alexander-Arnold or Andy Robertson or Joao Cancelo or any of the top tier defenders. He's coming up against, like, I'll give you an example: Alan Brown from Ireland, Jordan Story, Andrew Hughes were the players he was playing against, and I can guarantee you that if Sessegnon's a Premier League footballer, he should be beating them every day of the week, including Sundays and bank holidays.
He just never looks steady on his feet. He doesn't look like his left foot is his primary foot, and he doesn't look comfortable crossing on it.
Yeah, he attempted 6 crosses yesterday, and he made none of them. I mean, that's shocking. That's pretty bad. That is, like, really bad, because Perisic, I think, has an average cross-completion rate of, like, 40%. Sessegnon's is, like, 14%. It's bad. It's pretty bad. I think it's worse than Emerson's at this point.
Out of form, Emerson's was better than Sessegnon's.
Yeah. Let's continue to our next takeaway.
Our next takeaway is that there are more things to come from Danjuma.
Yeah. I think as soon as he came onto the pitch, we saw it. Because, like, he moved the ball around quickly. I think his first touches, he completed this excellent dribble to hold off the players, and we almost scored. I think maybe a save from the goalkeeper or something. But I think big things will come from Danjuma. I think he's an excellent signing. I think a lot of people wrote him off a little too quickly in terms of saying, like, oh, we're stealing from Everton. This is an Everton caliber player. But Danjuma's proven in the Champions League with Villarreal.
And he won the Europa League with Villarreal too, and he, I believe, gave Bournemouth qualification or promotion to the. Yeah, was it promotion?
I believe he had. No,
I don't think it was that season, but he did well at Bournemouth.
Yeah, but he did really well at Bournemouth, and now we've signed him. He scored on his debut 1 goal in just 19 minutes. I'm excited for this guy because he can play anywhere along the front three.
Yeah, as soon as he came onto the pitch, he was so energetic. He had one chance where the ball was played through and the ball was headed away by a Preston defender, and he was kind of frustrated with that because he was so hungry for a goal. All of a sudden he came on. He was so desperate not desperate, but like he's so hungry to get success and help the team out.
That same passage of play actually ended in his goal. The ball was blocked, but it eventually fell to Basuma, who completed his dribble, to Heel, to Kulusevski, to Danjuma. So I think I'm really happy that he got his goal. I think he'll be a big impact, especially in the FA Cup, in the Champions League, especially in other competitions. Perfect sub player.
Yeah, really good sub player to make great bench impact. Mm-hmm. The other thing, like we mentioned earlier, is that he's gonna push Son. Because he could possibly play left mid. I think that's the position he's probably most comfortable at. Yeah. Left mid or striker. So he can push Son to keep getting better, because if Son doesn't have good performances, he could potentially drop his place in the starting 11 to Danjuma, which has to force Son to keep performing.
Yeah.
And Son needs competition.
Yeah. So I think this is a good move for all the players. And if we like him, we can sign him for 25 mil. If we don't like him, we just send him back.
Yeah, that's the best thing about loan to buys.
Yeah. And it's not obligatory, so you don't have to. It's not an obligation to buy. It's just if we want him, we buy him. If we don't, we send him back to Villarreal. Our last takeaway is that we need to take the FA Cup seriously, because we have a serious chance. There are a number of Premier League teams that have exited the competition early. Including the list is there's a lot of teams. I know Man City are still in. Manchester United are still in. Brighton are still in. But the teams that have gone out, Everton, Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth, Brentford, Wolves, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Arsenal, and just today, Liverpool went out to Brighton thanks to a Karu Matoma late winner in the 90-plus second minute. There are a lot of teams that have gone out, and this is our biggest chance to get a trophy because it's not like the Champions League where we're facing the best from every country. Really, we just have to make sure that we have to get a lucky draw, and we have to make sure we pull out the performances. We get the wins where we should be getting them, like against Portsmouth, against Preston, and if we keep doing that, we could win this competition.
This season, we finally have good squad depth.
Yes.
So, Danjuma could start in the FA Cup. We don't have to, we can give one of our starting players a rest. Maybe Kane would probably start, but, Kulusevski could get a rest. Whoever needs to get a rest in the starting lineup can get a rest because we have Danjuma. But the last 2 years, we've been knocked out in the round of 16 both years.
Yeah.
So if we get past the round of 16, that will be huge for us. I think if the players know that fact about us, if we win the round of 16, that will give us huge confidence to go and win it.
Yeah. I've got big hopes for this season. We're bringing in Pedro Porro. We've already brought in Danjuma. If we can bring a center back like Pierre Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen in, then that would be great. I think this is like maybe a 6 out of 10 window I've rated so far with Porro and Danjuma. But if we get a center back, it's immediately going to 8. I think Porro in himself, that guy is ridiculous as a signing. And if we get a center back, I think we could really challenge for some big things this season. Because think about it. If you think about it, that's all we're missing. We've got one of the best attacks in the league. Son is finally beginning his form. We've got some great midfielders in Bentancur, in Højbjerg, and Bissouma. We've got a great winger in Kulusevski. And now we're getting a top tier right wing back in Pedro Porro. We have a top center back in Romero. The only problem is that left wing back and the 2 center back positions, and the goalkeeper to an extent, Lloris when he's off his game. But really, that left wing back and the 2 center back positions are where we're struggling. But signing Pierre Hincapié would improve our team a lot because it'd shore up that defense on that left side. It'd give Romero a little bit more license to be more aggressive because he knows he has someone trustable behind him. There's a lot of things that could happen, and I'm very excited.
We were also going for Milan Skriniar, too. So,
he has been confirmed to PSG at the end of the season.
Yeah, we were going for him before that, but Hincapié will be a great investment for us because he's still somewhat young.
Yeah, of course,
I don't think he's as old as Skriniar.
It all matters on the price of him if we can get it done within the last 2 days of the transfer window, but it's going to be an interesting end to the transfer window. If you enjoyed, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you want to see more Tottenham Hotspur content. Comment down below what your thoughts are on the Preston North End victory for Tottenham Hotspur. And until next time,
come on, you Spurs!